on the Silly Kitchen. I have a guest in my Silly Kitchen. Yeah, that was redundant, but who cares? My friend Nikki is gonna teach me how to make gnocchi, because I've never made gnocchi in my life, but I like to eat it, and the best part of cooking, you all know, is eating.
And sharing.
And sharing. And I like that you're gonna do most of the work, I think. I'm gonna help you out as much as I can, but I have no idea how to make this. So you start and you tell me, what do we need? I see things.
Yeah, well it looks pretty simple because it is. So there's literally 4 to 7 ingredients.
We're debating on the count.
Right, but there's literally, this is it. So you're looking at a third of a cup of Parmesan cheese, 3/4 of a cup of flour, 1 little egg, some butter later for sauteing, and then this is just a 450 gram container of ricotta, so smooth ricotta. And we're just letting it kind of chill out at the moment, drain all the juices out of it so that it's drier for when we're ready to mix things up.
So this is a little cheesecloth that it can strain through.
Yeah, so I just get a bowl, a little plastic elastic, put it over top, and it'll just chill out here and kind of drain away its sorrows.
And then I have a little question that I think we need to talk about. First of all, we did measure stuff, so this isn't a recipe where you have to measure, or can we eye some things out?
Yep, absolutely, yeah.
So like if I want more cheese, because I love cheese, I could like top it up.
You'll just probably use a little less of the flour.
Okay.
And yeah.
And when we were preparing for this episode, I was like, Nikki, what do we need for the gnocchi? And she was like, this, and that. And butter came into the conversation. And I was like, well, I have margarine. And I got a pretty interesting text back that said,
she got her own personal service announcement. So she got a PSA saying, get rid of your margarine. Like margarine, I know it's not technically one ingredient away from plastic, but I mean real food, always better. So.
I love real food. I'm excited to have real butter, and I feel like my fridge is officially gonna change to now have butter.
It's gonna be a good change.
Okay, so I have a question because my culinary education, which I don't have, tells me that gnocchi uses potatoes and we have no potatoes.
That's right, because we're actually making gnudi. We're making little gnudis today.
Okay, so this was not something I was aware of.
You're not upset about it.
No.
So actually gnudis, so G-N-U-D-I, gnudi.
Oh, it's not N-U-D.
No, there's always that silent letter to throw you off.
Gnudi.
So it's actually made with ricotta cheese, and you can use semolina flour as well, but we're just gonna go traditional and easy with the regular flour. So
easy is the way I like to do things in the kitchen.
Especially making gnudis.
Yeah! So we've let the cheese sit in the cheesecloth, all the moisture's come out, now what do we do?
So we're gonna put it in the bowl. I'm just gonna try to tip it in here, and then I'll show you all the moisture that's actually come out. And it's a lot easier than trying to fling off the elastic, because then it just kind of goes everywhere.
And that's fine. This is a kitchen that gets cleaned after every show, every meal, because things end up on the floor, on the counter. It's just the way it is.
That's life.
Okay.
So here's kind of, I mean, it's not hugely substantial, but it's still enough.
But it makes a difference, I guess, for what we're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I like
I'll
it.
just leave it in there. So we're going to crack the egg. Right in the bowl.
A farm fresh egg, of course.
Oh, well, of course. And keep this guy going.
So now we fork it around.
Give it a good fork. You want to add
I feel like I'm working really hard.
You can add some salt and pepper in here. That'd be great.
That is a really good job for me. How much? Just say when, like at restaurants.
That's good.
Okay, and then
and less pepper, but still a little bit of pepper. A little more. I like pepper. Do you like pepper?
I love pepper.
That's good. And then we'll put the Parmesan in the pool as well.
I feel like we need a lot more Parmesan.
Well, we can always add it afterwards or
That's
on top.
true. I'll just eat it on the side, don't worry.
Yeah. Or that too.
Oh, we lost a little piece of ricotta.
Well. It's the best way to clean up.
Creamy.
Alright, so now that that's kind of nice and mixed together and fluffy and light, let's toss in, maybe not all the flour, we did put a little bit extra flour in there just for the board afterwards.
Yeah.
So if you want to just
a bit of flour, most of the flour.
Right, or just we'll add a little bit at a time. Really it comes down to touch. We're gonna let this rest anyways, but
we're gonna touch the nudis.
But you gotta, oh yeah, It's all about getting your hands on those nudes.
Heck yeah. So flour, we're gonna just kind of dust a little bit.
Yep, we'll do a little bit at a time.
No pressure, Sylvia. No pressure.
Don't dump it all in at once. What do you cut?
It's like it's snowing into the ricotta.
It's like Flour Bay.
I like it. I just started.
Yeah, I love, as much as I love that noise, I'm gonna switch to this.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
That sounds a little less invasive in my ears.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not doing a good job.
No, just.
But we need to save a little.
Yeah. So
it's starting to look like.
Yeah. So
more
it's getting kind of drier now.
I like it. Looks good.
You definitely will want a little more. Let's keep going.
See, this is the thing. Even though we measured, she's eyeing it out.
Yeah, but I mean, every cheese is different. You know, depending how long you let it sit, you might need a little more, a little less flour.
Always more cheese, though.
So this is looking good. So it's sticking together still, but it's
kind of getting doughy.
Yeah, it's still got that kind of like thicker, drier texture. And we're gonna let this sit. So we're gonna let it sit for about 20 minutes, half hour. You can even let it sit longer. But
so do we want it in the fridge or just?
So yeah, we're gonna cover it up. We're gonna put it in the fridge. It's gonna chill. That's gonna help everything kind of stick together. So when we roll it out and cut it up, it's going to make beautiful little
nudies.
Nudies.
Nudies. Okay, so we had a drink. We let the dough. I guess is it dough now because we added black. We let the thing rest in the fridge for a little bit. Okay, now what?
So let's take her out. We can maybe take another peek at the consistency so you can see it's firmed up. It's a little more elastic, which is perfect. It's just what we want.
Yay, we did good.
Yeah. Well, let's hope so. So let's put some flour on the board because we're gonna we also washed our hands. Your hands are your best tool sometime, right?
Yes, so wash them a lot.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is fun.
Yeah. So and also, we got a pan here just because once we cut them and roll them, we'll put them on this pan.
And you don't want them to get all sticky.
Yeah.
So we're gonna boil these afterwards. So this is a good time where you can put a pot of water on and start getting the water to boil.
Yeah.
Tips.
You're just so smart. All right, a little stick for you and a little stick for me.
Okay.
So really we're just gonna kind of work it around in the flour.
I'm following your lead here.
We can also, I might rip it into two because we're just gonna kind of make it into little ropes.
I like this ball the size it is.
Well, you can do whatever you want with your nudie ball.
And I will. Okay.
But we just kind of want to roll it out.
Should I put more flour on? I feel like I did a very light dust.
More, yeah.
I felt like there was a very light dusting.
It is a little bit moist still, so our balls are, no, never mind. I won't go there.
I love it.
So we're just gonna kind of, yeah.
I feel like I should have.
Well, I broke it into two, yeah.
I should have because I feel why you did that now because it's not really doing what I want it to do.
But you can see like the flour's just kind of sticking nicely. There's a nice kind of touch to it, but it's not too dry.
This is actually a really interesting texture because it's not doughy. It's a little softer than dough.
It's definitely like pillowy.
Pillow. That's what it is.
And that's what they will be like when they're cooked. They're going to be so soft.
They're little pillows.
Yeah.
And we're going to eat nudie pillows. Okay, cool. Okay, so now we've got like a long looking pasta thing and you're just cutting it with a pizza roller.
Yeah, so we're just cutting them into tiny little bundles here, little pillows if you may.
I love that they're pillows.
And these are quite soft, but if you did happen to make a little bit of a denser gnocchi, you can always just use a fork, roll it along the fork here, and I'll give it a little bit of a texture. You can also buy those expensive gnocchi makers at specialty stores, but this works just as well. Like I said, these are a little bit soft, so if you have a denser one, it'll definitely suit better. All right, so let's just keep rolling and making our little pillows of love here.
I love them. They're so soft.
We'll just wait till they're cooked, girl.
Well,
and be even better.
I just want to eat these. Okay, so we're just gonna make a whole bunch of these and we're waiting for the water to boil because we're gonna dunk these in a hot bath.
You got it.
And then what?
So after we dunk them in, we wait till they float to the top.
Just like pierogies almost.
Just like pierogies, just like any kind of fresh dough. And then we're gonna quick saute pan.
And then we're gonna what?
We're just gonna quickly throw them in a saute pan with some butter and kind of get them a little golden brown and yummy.
Oh, that's where the butter comes into place. I was wondering, we hadn't done that yet.
Yeah, so of course, naturally salted butter.
Naturally salted butter from natural salt.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Whatever.
So we've rolled out all these beautiful Gnudis and they're ready for what?
They're ready to go in the pool. So the water's boiling. I like to wait until, until the water's actually boiled. There's a big controversy before it boils, after it boils. I like it afterwards. It keeps the flavor of the salt a little bit better.
Okay.
So we're just put lots of salt. When you think you have too much salt, just add a little more. Because it's a great seasoning and it helps bring out all the flavors of the food. So lots of salt in the pool. We've got a nice slow boil and they're ready to go in.
Okay, so we've got bubbles. Let's put these guys in their hot tub.
Yeah, so again, just lightly dusted with some more flour so that they don't stick together. I like to, again, use my hands. So you get a spoon in there, sometimes they kind of smush together.
Just don't burn your hand, okay?
Yeah, so be careful. PSA number 2.
Be careful.
All right, so our little pillows are started floating to the surface here. We're gonna use our spider strainer. I believe that's what it's called, Sylvia.
I googled it in another episode, so I can't remember now.
But our pan's nice and warm, so the butter's just kind of lightly melted. It's got some bubbles in there. If you even have a little extra time, you could let it cook down a little more and get some brown butter, which is really delicious with this as well.
It smells so good.
Well, and that's because it's real butter, honey.
Oh, margarine don't smell like that.
Margarine don't smell as good as this, yeah. So we're just going to toss them right in the pan. You can hear a little bit of a sizzle, which is awesome. That's going to give that little extra browning. Scoop these guys out.
I love the sound of the sizzle.
Again, I'm pretty sure margarine doesn't make that sound.
Do we want to leave it in the pan and then toss it?
Yeah, so just kind of leave it, let some of those butters kind of cook and soak and brown up. We'll give it a stir in a couple seconds and we'll see all the beautiful colors that are underneath.
This is where patience comes into play. You know I don't have any of that.
Yeah, but good things come to those who wait, you know?
I'm waiting. Okay, so they're all browned on the pan full of beautiful butter. Are we ready to eat them?
Yeah, let's do this. They're best right out of the pan, nice and hot with that yummy butter sauce.
My favorite part of the show. Okay, but are we just gonna eat them like this?
Well, you can do lots with it. So you could even just sprinkle some more Parmesan on top. You can make a lovely like cream sauce to go with it. Even like a nice meat sauce goulash, something would be lovely as well.
Ooh. Should we just try it like this? Because I'm seeing a fork and I kind of...
And this is the best way to eat them, really.
Oh my god. They are like pillows, but really delicious pillows.
Yeah, they're little bits of heaven in my opinion.
Honestly, that wasn't that hard to make and it's so good.
Yeah, super easy way to make lovely homemade pasta.
And funny thing is, if you scoop a little more of that on there, I actually made some goulash last night. So I'm gonna scoop a bunch of beefy gravy goodness right over here. Are we gonna do it together? Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Don't do it.
I mean, we want it to look pretty for the audience. Mostly, I just want to eat it.
That looks fabulous.
Not bad, eh? I'm excited. We're gonna dive into this now too. Okay, well let's try it with the goulash.
Let's do it. Oh my.
Right? Extra salty deliciousness right here.
That was good.
Okay, one more for the road. I hope you guys try this at home because that was really easy. And we're gonna probably eat this whole plate off camera.
Absolutely. I can't wait.
Cheers. Okay, that was so easy. That was so delicious. I'm so happy you taught me how to make, I was gonna say gnocchi, but it's actually Gnudis.
You'll remember Gnudi more.
I mean, how could you forget? Thank you so much.
No,
I appreciate you.
This is awesome. No, I love spending time in your silly kitchen.
Yay! Okay, well, bye, because we're gonna go eat.
See ya.